My name is Carina Gardner, and I'm what you would call a practical designer. If you're ready to create a life that you love, become an incredible force for good, and generate income while pursuing your dreams, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Make and Design.
Do you feel like you are full of amazing ideas, but you just don't have the time to execute them? I think this is probably one of the biggest struggles we have as creatives, designers, artists, and that is this idea of idea rich, time poor. And time poor, I'm going with that instead of financially poor because what I find is that it's not really about the money to get things done. It's usually about the time to get things done. And one of the things that I run into as I work with designers is that they are extremely time poor. Either they have small children at home, they work a full-time job, they're caring for aging parents, they have special needs kids, or any number of things that make life just a little bit difficult in terms of getting everything done that they want to get done. And this is not new. I think this is something that we constantly are fighting with. So I wanted to give you a very interesting solution and mind shift about this whole idea of idea rich and time poor. So here's the first part. The fact that you're idea rich is a really wonderful thing. It's a very lucky thing. The fact that you have so many amazing ideas that you really want to execute on is a really, really amazing quality that you have. And you shouldn't discount the fact that you have so many ideas. There are lots of people in this world who are not idea rich. They're really good at executing other people's ideas, but they have difficulty coming up with their own new fabulous ideas. So first of all, pat on the back. Think of this as an amazing blessing that you really have in your life. The second thing is the solution. So I think that when you are idea rich, and I definitely have a gazillion ideas. I have a new idea for a new business almost every day of the week. I have so many cool things that I know I could execute and figure out, and I have to pick which ones are the best, right? Because too many ideas, not enough execution time, it's just not possible, right? So what I have, the solution for this is what I called a parking lot or a parking page. And you might be like, well, this seems like a good idea, Carina, but I'm going to tell you right now that the whole idea behind this is two little words called not yet. And I think a lot of us drown a lot of our ideas by saying, well, I don't have the time for that, and so it's gone. And it goes to this other place where it's just darkness and we're never going to do it. Versus the idea of putting things in a parking spot. And for me, that's a Monday.com board. For you, it might be a notebook. The other place it might be is like a Trello board. And what you're going to do is put all of these ideas that are parked. And they're like all these cars that are beautiful and amazing and ready to run when you're ready to use them. But right now, this very second, you have a current car that you're already using. And you don't need all of these other cars that you have. You just have the one that you're currently using. And so this whole idea of a parked project area is really powerful because the thing is it brings about those two little words of not yet. And I think this is important because I think a lot of great ideas go someplace and they die, right? Because you're like, I'm never going to be able to do that. Versus when ideas get to live in a very a safe space, in a boundary filled place, you've put boundaries on it, then they come out when the right time has come for them to come out. Around 3.5 years ago, I started Design Suite, but the ideas for Design Suite had come out probably 2 or 3 years before that. And it really was a parked project because my design career was going so well. I was the creative director of a company. I had Mini-Lou, which was going well. I just had a lot of things going on. And so it made a ton of sense to just park any idea of other further education that I wanted to do. And then it came out at the right time. The same with the university. A year and a half ago or so, we had this idea to do a university, and I just let it sit and parked projects for a while. Now, there are lots of other things sitting in my parked project place, lots and lots and lots of ideas that I haven't touched. They're just sitting there, and that's okay. The mind shift is that instead of letting these ideas die, that they're just sitting there ready for when the right opportunity comes. And I think this is definitely a mind shift because I think people feel like, well, I don't have time, so I'll never get to this. And I think that there is a subtle difficulty when you start using the word never. Never feels very absolute. It feels very absolute. So it means that you are never, ever going to do it. Instead of putting that project someplace where you're like, well, maybe when the right opportunity, the right time comes, I will see to that. That might be something that's worth investigating. And I do think there is some power in that, and people don't realize that. I think there's power in that because it gives everything that you have thought about, your big dreams, your ambition, a place to sit and just not gather dust, because I think that's where people think this is. This is a not gather dust. It's to sit and incubate for when the right moment is to come out and do the thing you need to do. Now, I just talked about kind of full businesses, but I am telling you, I do this with designs. And so if you're a designer, this is a really powerful tool. One of the number one things, I have talked about this a million times, I've had plans to do a lot of cool Halloween projects, but almost always based on my current schedule, I haven't been able to do them because they're very big projects, big things that I really want to do. And because of that, they've been sitting in that parked project area for a while now. And I'm okay with that because I know that the time is going to come that I'm going to be able to do it. It's just not right this very second because I've got other things that I'm working on. So I want to challenge you to build a parked project area. It can be digital, it can be a notebook, but it's got to be a place where your big dreams or even your little ideas live, all ideas that you have. And when you do this, then it's so awesome because when you go back to look at that notebook, or I check into my parked projects every quarter or so, it's like, oh my gosh, we really need that thing right now. That's a really important thing. When you get into a groove in your business and things are going well, a lot of times you don't need parked projects. But when things are really difficult and you're not making the sales you want or things aren't going well, go into your parked projects. There's probably something there that you already thought of that's like this amazing incubator of really great ideas that could help your design business today. And that is so powerful. So I hope you use this idea because I think it's like such a simple idea and will help you continue to be idea rich. And it's okay that you're time poor because guess what? This is the human condition. We are all time poor. We have a finite number of years on this earth. And so because of that, we're all going to always be time poor. So you've got to pick and choose the right ideas for the right moments and the right opportunities.
Did you know you have access to more free design content, die cut files, and sewing patterns? Join our exclusive VIP group for free by going to designsweetcourses.com/free.